Hello, my name is Sophia Mehdizadeh. I'm a PhD student at the University of Colorado Boulder, and I will be at SMPC 2024 presenting the work Emotional Music Modulates Episodic Memory During Recollection and Induces False Traces on behalf of our research team, PhD student Iran Ren, Dr. Grace Leslie, and Dr. Thackeray Brown. Music's ability to induce powerful emotions in listeners is well known and has been a subject of keen interest within the music cognition field. From everyday life contexts such as ceremonies or films to more therapeutic applications like mood regulation, music can have profound power in characterizing and shaping these emotional experiences. Music can also be a potent memory cue, evoking episodic memories and triggering their associated emotions. However, what remains unknown is whether musically induced emotion might be able to interact with episodic memory to alter or modulate the emotional content of memories. We believe this question is particularly relevant in the context of mood-related disorders, such as depression or bipolar disorder, which often involve emotional biases and managing stressful memories. Exploring how music affects the way people encode and recall memories could reveal practical applications in this regard. Building on research demonstrating that memories may be updated upon retrieval, a process known as reconsolidation, we designed a multi-day experimental protocol to investigate how music might infuse episodic memories with altered emotional details. Participants completed separate memory encoding, recollection and reconsolidation, and retrieval tasks over the course of 3 consecutive days. Using emotionally neutral word sets from the Affective Norms for English Words database, we created fictional scenarios simulating autobiographical memories. At the beginning of day 1, participants experienced these scenarios, forming true laboratory-based memories. Participants then recalled each of these scenarios in their own words and recorded Likert scale ratings describing their experiences with each scenario. On day 2, we recorded fMRI while participants mentally recalled each scenario and selected words on a screen that aligned with their recollections. Each scenario or trial was randomly paired with either positively valenced music, negatively valenced music, or silence. Music was from the film soundtracks dataset. On day 3, participants completed a final retrieval test for the scenarios, consisting of a cued free recall test and word recognition test. Participants' free recall of the scenarios on days 1 and 3 were manually annotated and scored for positively or negatively valenced words or phrases. We used this to calculate a day 1 to day 3 change in valence for each scenario that a participant recalled. In support of our hypotheses, we found a significant effect of the day 2 music condition on this change in valence. Scenarios paired with music during the memory recollection on day 2 exhibited a more emotional tone when subsequently retrieved on day 3, congruent with the paired music's valence. Surprisingly, this was especially the case for scenarios recollected on day 2 with positively valenced music. Scenarios paired with positive music during reactivation exhibited the greatest overall change in emotional tone. In line with our hypotheses, we observed greater activity in emotion and memory-related brain areas during trials with music compared to silence. Taken together with the previous findings of valence-congruent memory changes and additional behavioral evidence from day 2 supporting that music directed participants' attention towards novel, emotionally congruent words during the task, we believe these findings reflect greater emotional processing and emotional memory encoding in the brain facilitated by the presence of music. Interestingly, we also observed less activity in empathy, self-related processing, and language-related areas in the brain during trials with music compared to silence. We speculate this might represent that the music was facilitating simulation and self-projection into the scenarios by providing an emotional backdrop or context, as is a common function of film music, thus reducing the neural demands on these brain regions compared to when there was no music present. In summary, our study demonstrates the intricate interactions between music cognition, emotion processing, and episodic memory, and provides insight into how memory might be reshaped as it is re-experienced. This insight opens up exciting possibilities for applying music in everyday settings, such as enhancing the emotional depth in movie storytelling, and even extends to therapeutic applications, possibly pointing to new approaches to treating mood-related disorders. And with that, here are the resources that we used in our experimental stimuli. And on behalf of our research team, I thank you for listening.